worked the night shift, and every night when
also
we would get off, he would come and feed me.
The courtroom was already tense, but no one expected it to spiral completely out of control. As emotions flared and accusations flew, the shouting turned to full-blown chaos, and Judge Lauren had had enough. This was one of the most unruly and intense moments ever seen on Paternity Court, and Judge Lauren was ready to bring the hammer down. This situation is beyond tangled. Mrs. Shaw has been romantically involved with not one, not two, but at least 4 different men. And now we've got 3 people in court all standing for completely different reasons. Mrs. Shaw is here because she hopes LeBron Matthews isn't her daughter's father. Kiona, her daughter, is here desperately hoping he is. And Mr. Matthews? Oh, he's just here in a fresh new suit, probably clueless about the emotional avalanche coming his way.
Was Mr. Brooks. He's the father of my youngest son. And a lot of her, like the way she favors his mom, and whatever she needed, he was always there.
Did she ever tell you that she believed Mr. Brooks was really your biological father?
Yeah, he did.
Hold up, what did I just hear? Usually in these court cases, you get the usual dose of drama between baby mamas and bitter exes. But this right here, this is on another level. The web of relationships between everyone involved is way messier than expected. Whatever brought Kiona into this world didn't come from love. It came from a chaotic cocktail of betrayal, confusion, and messy adult decisions that nobody wants to fully claim.
Turned around and I looked at his wife. And
Did somebody say wife?
Yeah, they both were married.
So you, and you had a husband?
yes.
Yes.
Oh, so you came to court with your wife?
Correct.
No wonder you said you never had sex with this woman. Okay.
This isn't just a plot twist, it's an entire soap opera. The irony is almost laughable. Both Mrs. Shaw and Mr. Matthews were out here betraying their partners, only to end up entangled with each other, and now she's pretending to be shocked that this man has a wife? Girl, you were doing the exact same thing. It's giving delusion, it's giving drama, and most of all, it's giving hypocrisy in high definition.
So the point is, when you stood in the courtroom with your wife and you said you never slept with Miss Shaw and you knew you weren't telling the truth, was that because you were scared to lose your wife, or is that because you did not want to be bothered with a child?
A little bit of both.
Now everything is starting to click into place. Growing up around so many different men, Kiona must have constantly felt like something was missing. Imagine being a kid surrounded by so many father figures, but never actually feeling like any of them were your father. That kind of emotional void can mess you up. All she ever wanted was one real solid connection, and it's heartbreaking that no one filled that space for her.
Comfortable, honestly. I felt like I was the stepchild. Like, you know, the way that he was with his other kids, he wasn't like that with me. So I wanted him to feel the way he felt about his other kids about me.
Whew, let's talk about the revolving door of men in Mrs. Shaw's life. From the ex-husband to the current husband and every man who slipped in between, she's had no shortage of male attention. Say what you want about her life choices, but lacking men was never her struggle. She may have missed out on peace or stability, but baby, when it comes to men, she's been swimming in options.
He was not the only man that I had slept with. Other men
Were you
besides
honest
my husband.
about that to Miss Thompson, your daughter?
Yes, she's known all her life.
Oh, so these two really go way back. You can tell by the energy between them. There's history there, no doubt. From the way they talk, joke, and reminisce, it's no surprise they ended up with a baby together. Compared to the usual courtroom shouting matches, this one feels almost calm, like they're both too tired or too guilty to fight anymore. It's messy, but weirdly peaceful, at least for now.
And at the time, you had a husband, and here it is. Wait a minute, okay, but you had threw him out.
Yeah.
But then when I came over there, you had me rubbing your stomach and all that good stuff.
I had rubbing my
And
stomach.
here,
Stop that.
you did. Yes, you did.
Stop that
And here it is, talking about bring me a fish sandwich over to the house.
Yes.
Now wait a second, this just took another wild turn. A married man and a married woman managed to create a baby outside their marriages with each other. That's some high-level betrayal. I can't even wrap my head around it. How do two people in separate committed relationships still find time to sneak around and build a whole child together? Someone hand me the popcorn. This one's got more layers than a Netflix crime doc.
Your lover's coming over to feed you some fish sandwiches.
Because my husband was still in and out at the same time when I got pregnant. But that 6 months, I had threw him out of the house. So he had him another girl. I went and got me 4 other guys.
Oh.
So it turns out, Mrs. Shaw wasn't juggling just one man on the side. She had 5. 5. And now, we're supposed to act surprised that Mr. Matthews feels differently about Kiona? Maybe it's not just the cheating that broke him. Maybe it's the overwhelming guilt or shame of the whole situation. Still, it doesn't excuse the way he's checked out. Kiona deserves better than a man who can't even show up halfway.
What time you saw these?
I was a junior in high school, so it's been about 14 years.
Oh my goodness. So, Mr. Matthews, your testimony is true. You've been a pretty bad dad.
Yeah, I was a terrible father.
And that's why you're here, to right your wrongs.
Right, that's correct.
Whew, if there were a prize for courtroom chaos, this case would win hands down. You've got Kiona desperately searching for her identity, Mr. Matthews distracted by his new outfit while avoiding emotional accountability, and Mrs. Shaw, well, she's got an entire lineup of men in her emotional baggage. The drama in this room is thicker than the tension, and every new reveal just makes it messier than the last.
First, my grandmother told my mother, then my mother told me, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna sit back there and say yes.
What did they say?
She said, well, the baby look like you. I said, no, it don't. I'm not gonna sit back because I didn't want my wife.
And just when you think this courtroom circus can't get any more outrageous, we finally get to the moment that matters. All the finger pointing, the flashbacks, the cheating scandals, it all comes down to this one test. Who is Kiona's real father? After all the pain, betrayal, and emotional scars this young woman has carried, will she finally get the answer that gives her peace? The results are in, and trust me, jaws are about to drop.
It has been determined by this court. Brooks is not her father.
Buckle up, because this case is one hot mess you won't be able to forget. Ms. Bargy found herself in the middle of a love triangle that no one saw coming, caught between her husband and her ex-boyfriend. And here's where it gets even wilder. Both men believe they're the father of her baby. And the real kicker? Even Ms. Bargy has no clue who the actual father is. Yeah, it's that complicated.
You admit you cheated on your husband and now you are caught in a paternity triangle, with both men believing they fathered your 2-month-old daughter, McKenna.
If there's one thing you can give Ms. Bargy credit for, it's that she didn't come to court pretending to be innocent. She admitted she made a mistake, and you can tell she's searching for a way to fix it. Judge Lauren, clearly sensing how deep the mess goes, turns to her husband and asks about his connection with the child. And just like that, he opens up. His love for that baby, it runs deep.
Mr. Bargy,
yes.
You've fallen in love with McKenna.
Yes.
Tell me about the relationship you have with her.
I could be at work for 10 to 12 hours a day.
Whew, you've got to admit, Ms. Bargy's husband and the baby looked adorable in that clip. But don't let that warm moment fool you. Mr. Lawson, her ex-boyfriend, was not ready to give up his claim to the child. Even after watching how well the baby bonded with Ms. Bargy's husband, he stood tall and firm, saying, "That baby could be mine too." This man is ready to fight for fatherhood with his whole chest.
I believe I am because I was around. She was with me when she got pregnant. I was there for the whole pregnancy. I was there when McKenna was born.
Now this is where things start spiraling out of control. Apparently, the break she took from her marriage turned into a full-blown affair. And it didn't stop there. When she found out she was pregnant, she told Mr. Lawson first. Not because he was her favorite, but because they were living together at the time. Yup, you heard that right. She was playing house with her ex while still married. This story just keeps unraveling.
The day that I found out was the end of April. It was April the 27th. The whole month of April I was getting sick, and I took a pregnancy test, and then it came back that I was pregnant.
Even Judge Lauren couldn't hide her disappointment, and honestly, same. But the heartbreak didn't end there. Ms. Bargy dropped another bomb. She never even told her husband she was pregnant. Not a hint. She said she just didn't have the courage to face him with the truth. So how did he find out? He saw her body changing and put the pieces together himself. Talk about betrayal coming in waves.
Actually got up the courage to tell your husband that you were pregnant and McKenna could be his child.
I did not tell my husband.
Oh wow. So now we know why both men feel like they have a shot at being the father. Because yes, Ms. Bargy admitted she was sleeping with her husband and Mr. Lawson at the same time. Messy isn't even the word anymore. And just when you think she's done dropping bombs, she hits us with another. Her husband had also been cheating on her with his ex. So yeah, this wasn't a triangle. It was a war zone.
And that was due to the fact that he had spoken to one of my friends and they had talked about actually being together. It was my friend was one of his exes. His ex actually messaged me and was showing me messages that him and her were sleeping together when me and him.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Honestly, I'm right there with Judge Lauren. This is beyond chaotic. But while Ms. Bargy's husband has built a strong, loving relationship with the child, Mr. Lawson has no bond at all. Why? Because he claims that every time he tried to be involved, Ms. Bargy blocked him out. According to him, she was doing everything she could to keep him away just so her husband could keep the dad title. Whew, it's a circus in here.
Right now, I don't have a relationship because when Miss Bargy left, we have talked and tried to set up times for me to see her, but there is a a lack of information.
At this point, you can tell Ms. Bargy has zero interest in dealing with Mr. Lawson ever again. She flat out tells the judge that even if he turns out to be the biological father, she doesn't want him anywhere near her child. That's some serious dislike right there. You have to wonder, what did he really do to make her that bitter? Because this isn't just about fatherhood, it's personal.
Lawson is McKenna's biological father. Have you thought about where you go from here?
If Mr. Lawson is her father, I do not want him to be a part of her life, period. Like, I want rights terminated because my daughter deserves so much better. My husband has been there and took care of her.
Whew, the courtroom has had enough drama to last a lifetime. It's time to cut the suspense and reveal the DNA results. Will Ms. Bargy's desperate wish to keep Mr. Lawson out of her life come true? Or will this courtroom end with yet another unexpected twist? Whatever the answer is, this truth bomb is about to drop hard, and someone's world is definitely about to be flipped upside down.
The biological father is Mr. Lawson. You are McKenna's biological father, Mr. Lawson.
Now this right here is just plain ridiculous. Mr. Hartfield claims he's trying to fix his marriage, yet somehow he ends up in paternity court because he asked his mistress to have a baby for him. I mean, is this man even hearing himself? He's been dating this woman for months, knowing full well he's married, and instead of fixing anything, he's making more chaos. And this is how he thinks redemption works? Let's get to it.
Yana, please.
Before Halloween.
It's hard for me to sit here and tell you, let's lie.
What is the truth according to you?
The truth is, I believe that it's possible that she's thinking about someone else.
Oh, the way Mr. Hartfield just barged into Ms. Streeter's statement? Suspicious doesn't even cover it. She barely got her sentence out before he launched into a rant, accusing her of lying about everything. Like, sir, can you give her 5 seconds to speak? What exactly is she lying about? You're the one in court looking foolish, not her. You came to clear your name, but right now you're just digging yourself a deeper ditch.
Name, and I had went on Facebook and found the relative, then found Mrs. Hartfield page, then that's when I seen pictures of them. And I didn't even call her right away because he had told me, like, them pictures are old, she's professional, and for her image.
Hold up, this man is out here lying like it's his full-time job. Not only did he hide the fact that he was married, but he's still sliding into this woman's DMs asking for sex, and now she's the one being called crazy for tracking down his wife online? Listen, if anyone's unhinged, it's the man who led a double life, not the woman who exposed it. This is next-level trifling behavior, and it's honestly exhausting.
Next line says, I'm serious, I am horny as hell.
That is true. I did send those messages.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I
But
did.
he's a married man.
Hold on.
This isn't just messy, it's straight up disturbing. Mr. Hartfield is literally more than twice this woman's age, yet he's out here texting her just this week about how horny he is. At this point, it's not even funny. It's sad and predatory, and he dares to come into court talking about restoring his marriage? Sir, the only thing you need to restore is your integrity. Honestly, go home. Your wife deserves so much better.
Found one that was an older guy, and she thought that I would be a cake daddy, or however you want to call it. The thing is that she found out, hey, you're dealing with a guy that ain't got no money, so now you waste your time.
That's not
Now
true.
And now we're supposed to believe he might be the father? Please, that is honestly depressing. The thought that this foolish, manipulative man could be a child's father is gut-wrenching. He stands there with a straight face, spewing lie after lie, painting whatever fantasy fits his narrative. The contradictions, the fake tears, the gaslighting, it's all just one big performance. He's not fooling anyone. He's a clown trying to pass as a king.
And I asked him about it, and he said, oh, she's just some little girl, she ain't nobody. I didn't like texting, so I called her. And I'm like, we had a conversation, it was a decent conversation.
Did you see his wife's face when he opened his mouth? The way she just stared at him, you could tell she was over it before they even walked into the courtroom. That wasn't shock or anger, that was pure exhaustion. This woman has zero expectations from him because she knows exactly who she married. And somehow, she still showed up with class and composure. Honestly, she's the real MVP in this courtroom circus.
crazy nuts what she's saying.
What is
if I don't want to
Sure.
be with her, will you look at this queen right here? If I
You
look,
wouldn't
check
have
this out. Hold on, no.
This man needs to sit down immediately. One second he's calling his wife a queen, and the next he's talking down to her like she's the problem. Excuse me, sir, you're the one that brought this chaos into your marriage. What do you mean you don't understand why she's here? She's here because your actions put her here. The only crown you should be wearing is one that says, most disrespectful husband of the year.
Only by your wish. That
You
she
seem like
stand
you
here.
getting flustered.
I don't like it. That's why I stepped out and had intercourse.
Oh, now it's her fault.
Because I never got her support or anything.
Okay, At this point, Mr. Hartfield has fully embarrassed himself. He literally walked into court claiming he wanted to save his marriage and that these paternity results were crucial to redeeming himself, then turned around and acted like a complete fool. It's giving delusional. You can't talk about healing while creating more wounds. Sir, the only thing you're redeeming right now is your spot on the worst husbands in paternity court history list.
Place.
Yeah.
And this is
that's
baby
me.
Caleb
that's right. I did
together.
that last week, actually.
Also,
Something else.
Baby, sit down, please. You ain't got nothing to do with this.
I sure
Go
don't
ahead,
have
y'all.
anything to do with it.
Judge Lake had every right to be pissed because Mr. Hartfield is testing everybody's patience. And can we talk about how wild this scene is? Two women are in the courtroom over this man and somehow they're not fighting each other. That's the real shocker. It's like they both know the real villain here is Mr. Hartfield. It's not even drama. It's disaster wrapped in dress shoes and delusion. I truly don't know what either woman saw in him.
It's foolishness, and I didn't need it, and I didn't ask for it.
I want a divorce if I can get one.
We good. I'm good with that. Not a problem.
you classic.
This is it, the moment we've all been waiting for. Honestly, every single second this man has spoken has been pure chaos. But this final outburst, learning that this is his 7th marriage, I nearly fell out of my seat. 7th? How long has this man been fooling women? How has no one stopped him? Let's get to these results because I need this disaster of a case to end immediately, like now.
Mr. Hartfield, you are the father.
Brace yourself, because this case is pure chaos from start to finish. Ms. Ramos walks into court determined to prove that her ex-fiancé, Mr. Edwards, is the biological father of her baby. But Mr. Edwards, oh, he's not buying any of it. In fact, he boldly claims that she manipulated her due dates just to pin the baby on him. This is already giving messy.
Ms. Ramos, you are in court to prove that your ex-fiancé, Mr. Edwards, fathered your 1-month-old son, Xavier.
Did she really just say she's not the only one? This whole thing is starting to sound like a plot straight out of a reality show. According to Ms. Ramos, women, yes, multiple women, have approached her out of nowhere to tell her that Mr. Edwards is not the father. Like, imagine the confusion. That tells you all you need to know about the kind of man we're dealing with. There's clearly no trust here, on either side.
But then that's when he started doing the cheating from the whole time. And yes, I did have sex with an ex of mine, but that was after the fact.
And just when you think Ms. Ramos might have the moral high ground, she flips the script. She admits she didn't take her relationship with Mr. Edwards seriously at first and ended up sleeping with her ex. But now that she's pregnant, she expects things to magically shift? Girl, please. Her entire story is full of holes. One second it's casual, the next it's a love story? Nah, something's not adding up here.
When do you find out she cheated?
Well, at the beginning, when she was at least like a month pregnant, that's when she had slept with a relative of mine.
Hold on a minute. She didn't just say what I think she said, did she? Yep, Ms. Ramos actually admitted to sleeping with Mr. Edwards' cousin while she was already pregnant. Like, how do you even try to explain that away? Her excuse? They weren't on good terms, so she felt justified. Girl, are you serious? That's not a reason. That's a whole new level of disrespect. Family member or not, that's crossing the line twice.
Issues and I ended up eventually moving in her apartment. Now, the relative of mine is the person that she slept with when she was about a month.
Oh, come on. Now Ms. Ramos is trying to say she wasn't even fully aware it was happening? Excuse me? You don't accidentally sleep with someone, especially not the cousin of your baby's potential father. This just sounds like a desperate attempt to twist the narrative. Honestly, she'd gain a little more credibility if she just told the truth instead of throwing around half-baked excuses, because right now, this is giving denial wrapped in delusion.
With this person before?
It's just too many times where she slept with people. Then the one time she had texted my phone and said that she had another confession.
Nope, I'm with Judge Lauren on this one. This is flat out disgusting. Ms. Ramos confessed to not only sleeping with her ex and Mr. Edwards' cousin, but she also had another random hookup that resulted in 2 STDs while pregnant. That's not just reckless, it's dangerous for both her and her unborn child. At some point, you've got to take responsibility for the damage your choices cause. This isn't just drama, it's pure disaster.
Decided that we wanted to have a complete family. He asked me to marry him.
So after all this, Mr. Edwards, you agreed to marry Ms. Ramos? You asked her to marry you?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Honestly, Mr. Edwards is completely justified in doubting this baby is his. With everything she admitted to, multiple partners, no clear timelines, and sleeping with family, it would take a miracle for any man not to second-guess the situation. And yet, he asked her to marry him? I don't know what kind of love potion she used, but it clearly had this man hypnotized, because nothing nothing about this situation screams, let's start a life together.
Mr. Edwards, you look pretty happy.
It's just like him. That's what hurt. That's what.
And Miss
really
Ramos,
hurt.
this upsets you.
Yes, it hurt. It upsets me bad. It upsets me very bad.
Jerome, I want you to give Mr. Edwards a close-up look at this picture.
I've got to agree with Judge Lauren again. When you see the photo of Mr. Edwards holding that baby, he looks like the happiest man in the world. You'd never guess there was so much pain and uncertainty behind that smile. It's clear that somewhere deep down, he wants to be the father. But come on, given everything Ms. Ramos has done, anyone would be battling serious doubts. That picture may be sweet, but the truth still stings.
So he didn't sign the birth certificate, but you still gave Xavier his last name?
Because him and his father told me to give him his last name. They were both there.
I did tell her to give.
Judge Lauren hit the nail right on the head. Mr. Edwards acted like a real father from the very beginning. He stepped up. He stayed by her side. He did everything right. So you've got to ask, if he never fully trusted Ms. Ramos, then why didn't he walk away? Was it love, guilt, denial, or just pure hope that the child really was his? Either way, this man's heart clearly wanted something his brain couldn't justify.
When he said she was pregnant, it was already a rumor going around that she was pregnant before they started talking by somebody else.
Disagree.
Everybody knew about it.
And now, here we are, at the breaking point of this emotionally charged roller coaster. Even Mr. Edwards' own witness came forward to say she already knew Ms. Ramos was being promiscuous before they even got serious. So honestly, this whole relationship was built on shaky ground from the start. At this point, the only thing that can bring clarity is that DNA test. Will it finally settle this chaos or blow things up even more?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Edwards, you are the father.
Thank you. I want you to apologize to our son.